I should be going into Downing Street and Whitehall now and teaching them how to play jazz. Good morning, welcome to today's vlog. Today I'm heading into London and then I've got a gig later on, but we'll talk about the theme of today in just a second. I'm just waiting for my windscreen to clear. I don't like driving like my dad used to on a frosty morning, which was basically the slit of a tiger tank through his windscreen. He basically run his credit card across it once and then he continued to drive, and I thought that was quite dangerous then, and I think it's even more dangerous now. So I'm going to wait for my windscreen to clear. Back in 2016, 2 days after the end of the Brexit referendum, I said this outside Central Hall, Westminster. The whole EU referendum. I'm pretty worried about this country. Doing an interview for the BBC, I was like interrupted and shouted down by a load of... Thursday evening this week, Nigel Farage, who is good friends with Mr. Trump, said that Westminster was now...
Speed camera reported ahead.
He didn't say it was a speed camera. He said that Westminster was now enemy territory. There's very much this attitude politically at the moment on both sides of the Atlantic and further afield, where division is being deliberately sown by certain politicians in order to suit their agenda. Going back to a video I made a long time ago where I was playing Amazing Grace in a church, just on my own solo. And I think it's because as a jazz musician, especially within the groups I play with, there has to be a sense of unity. There has to be a sense that we're coming together to make something special, to listen to one another. The fact that, let me put it this way, one of my favourite ever experiences of hearing a live gig was the first time I heard Wayne Shorter's quartet. With Dan and Lowe, Brian Blade, and forgive me, I can't remember the bass player's name off the top of my head. Patachicci, it must be Patachicci. Anyway, they played like a band. It was a quartet. The sound you heard was that of a band, as of an ensemble, like you hear with an orchestra. With an orchestra, you don't just hear the first violin, second violin, third violin. You hear an orchestra. And what I loved about when I heard the Wayne Shorter band that time is I heard a jazz ensemble, I heard a jazz quartet. I did not hear a rhythm section backing up a horn player, which sometimes you can hear, even with some of the best players. That's what it sounds like sometimes. It's a rhythm section backing the horn player, and then the piano player takes over, and the bass player has his bit, and then the drummer comes in. And yes, you know, the opportunity for solo is really important in jazz, but there's that unity of playing together as a group. And tonight I'm out playing with my trio again. And with the trio, it's one of those bands, it's one of those groupings that's almost indivisible, in that if I don't have Joel and Derek available, we don't work as a trio.
Reported ahead.
There's a lot of speed cameras, isn't there? You know, if Joel's not available, if Derek's not available, I'd rather go into the gig as a quartet rather than as a trio, because we've done it before with other people and they're great musicians, but it never sounds the right way. It never cohesively works as a group, because we've been playing as a trio now for, gosh, 7.5 years, and it just becomes, hopefully, I mean, I might be setting myself up for a fall here, but there's this sense of unity. And so my kind of pitch is, well, you know, I should be going into Downing Street and Whitehall now and teaching them how to play jazz, because I'm teaching them in Westminster as well, instead of going in and helping people with speeches and strategy. I think the best strategy would happen, and I guess it's maybe the same in the States with the government shutdown you've got. They need to learn a bit of jazz. You know, they need to learn how to listen to one another, how to respond to one another in kind, how to form a cohesive sound together by using different instruments. Anyway, that's the end of the party political broadcast for the Dan Party, or the Jazz Party. Get some inspiration in from Sonny. This is probably going to be the only time you're going to be in the studio today. Just getting everything ready for the gig, getting a bit of inspiration in, getting everything ready, gig bag ready, everything else, and then we'll be heading out to Clare College in Cambridge. See you in the morning.
Feel like a fun bath. Something wanted, if you've got electric, I would have brought my effects pedals. Blues.